Eren's not as free as you might think. In fact, he didn't even know freedom his entire life. People have different opinions about Eren. Some people say he was right to activate the rumbling, and others say you cannot justify genocide no matter what. But this is not the point of Attack on Titan. Hajime Isayama is not telling a story about morality. Attack on Titan is a story of tragedy. Genocide is wrong, and Eren knows it better than anyone. After kissing Historia's hand, Eren never showed any emotion until he met Ramsay. The only time Eren shows any emotion is when he's crying and begging Ramsay for forgiveness. This is because he knows what he's about to do is wrong, but he has no other options. The domino had started falling thousands of years before Eren was even born. What would happen if he went through with Zeke's plan? Either after Eren's death, the next founding titan would undo the euthanasia, and because they wouldn't be able to activate the rumbling anymore, Marley would come in, kill or enslave everyone, and take the island. Or the next founding titan wouldn't change anything, and the Eldians would slowly die out, and Marley would come in and pick apart Paradise Island like vultures. Zeke's plan would hand over Eren's island to the people who treated them worse than animals and kept them in a giant prison for generations. That plan is, in one word, pathetic. He also couldn't go with partial rumbling. He couldn't destroy Marley alone. Because is there any guarantee that after Eren was gone, no other country would try to take Marley's place? Is there any guarantee that other countries would not treat Eldians like devils? Especially now that they've witnessed the horror of Titans firsthand, and they know the rumors are actually real. Even countries like Hizuru that allied themselves with Eldia would betray Eldia at some point, because an alliance based on fear never lasts. Also, these are the people who stood and watched as Marley treated Eldians like animals. Not that they all deserve to die, but keep in mind that every single country except for Hizuru declared war on Eldia, and they would be completely terrified after seeing what the subjects of Ymir are capable of. Partial rumbling just proves people that the propaganda is real, and Eldia is a threat that needs to be dealt with. There's also something I don't see many people talk about, and that's the fact that Eren had only about 3 years to live, and he had to sort things out in this 3 years. Because if the next founding titan has royal blood, they won't be able to activate the rumbling because of King Fritz's vow. And if they don't have royal blood, they wouldn't be able to use the power of the founding titan in the first place. Marley basically forced Eren's hand into rumbling. By season 4, Eren basically had to choose between his own country and the rest of the world. And he didn't know that the world even existed until about 3 years ago. The only way Eren could ensure the survival of his friends and his people was to let the world see that Eldians are the first people to try to save the world. This was the only way that could change the perspective of the world and change Eldians from devils who wanted to destroy the world to angels who fought to save it. I'm not defending Eren or his actions. I'm just looking at every single outcome and realizing that Eren couldn't choose a better option, because a better option simply didn't exist. He gave his friends what he himself did not have: freedom. One of my subscribers said that the best option was to turn everyone into Acromans. I have to admit, between all other ways you guys have suggested, this one was brilliant, and it would be an amazing idea if you could get Ymir on board. Yes, 80% of the human population died because of the rumbling, but if Marley had it their way, they would make the entire world their bitch, and more people would have died over the generations. It's easy to sit in your home and judge people, but it's really, really hard to be Eren and come up with another solution that actually works. Let me make it clear. Rumbling is absolutely understandable, but it doesn't make it right. Eren wasn't on a mission of righteousness. He completely understood the gravity of his actions, but he had to go through with it because that was the only way. Subscribe and leave a like, and with that out of the way, I see you guys next week.